gathering of corporate Ghana and all businesses unto the Lord in worship and supplication. So with one accord and a heart of gratitude, let us all come together in worship and appreciate our God for his provision and protection, even in the midst of scarcity and uncertainties. In that atmosphere of intense worship, we'll also cry out to him for the healing and sustenance of our businesses and all our endeavors in this era of economic distress. The venue is the Royal House Chapel, Ahimfie, and the date is 28th of April 2023 at 6 p.m. Leading us in worship will be MOG, Celestine Donko, and many others. Don't miss this corporate opportunity to lay it all at his feet in worship at the Joy Corporate Worship. For further inquiries, please call this number 0302 216540 0302 216540. The Joy Corporate Worship is supported by the Apostle General Sam Kranshankara and the Royal House Chapel, Ahimfie. Joy Corporate Worship, a corporate appreciation.
Well, so it's time to take your health to the Bank Hospital. Now, the Bank Hospital, in collaboration with the best health insurance partners, is offering you, your spouse, and children free basic health screening. Starting April 25, walk into the Bank Hospital cantonments with your spouse and kids under your health plan for a free basic health screening. Glyco Healthcare TPA, so those who qualify, TPA Ultimate, Platinum, Platinum Plus, and Enhanced Plus, Metropolitan Health Insurance, Burgundy, Champagne, Red Classic, and Turquoise Plans Plus, Nationwide Health Insurance, Premier Plus, Premier and Privilege, Gap Health Insurance, Premium, Premium Plus, and Premium Plus Plus, Phoenix Health Insurance, Platinum Comprehensive and Standard, and Vitality Health Insurance, TPA, Premier Care, Super Care, Top Up Executives. You can call or text Friday to Monday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. to book your free screening on 0599 7080. The Bank Hospital is located at cantonments near Nafti, Accra.
All right. Well, I think we've really set the foundation for this conversation with our rather heated debate earlier. And let's be fair to both sides. The truth is that for a very long time, what ECG is doing now, going round and actually switching people's meters off until they pay their bills, it is something they should have been doing, but we have never seen them do on such a scale. That is the truth. We also have to acknowledge the truth that generally customers, whether corporate customers or individual customers, have a certain attitude towards their electricity bills. And the question is it the right attitude or not? So we'll settle that matter later. But I think first we want to get a bit of an update. You've been going out and about for a couple of weeks now. How is it going? You had a bill of 5 point something you wanted to collect.
Yeah.
How much have you been able to collect so far?
I always try to not mention the exact figure, so I'll say I'm in excess of 2 billion right now.
Wow.
Yeah, and we are still ongoing. This is the last week of the exercise. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the ECG staff. I want to let them know that I really appreciate their effort. I really appreciate their hard work. The level of professionalism in this exercise has been super and fantastic, because if they had done anything wrong by now, it would be all over the airwaves as to attitude-wise and all of that. But I really appreciate their level of professionalism. I'd like to thank the board for its support on this drive, and I can only say with this we stand to change the look in the distribution sector and then also on the energy front. As for this week, this is the final week, is the run-in. The whole idea is that we started a month ago. We've been nice. We've heard all the stories. We've heard all the excuses.
Have you been nice?
Oh, we've been nice. Come on, we've been nice.
Really?
Yeah, we've been nice. We've heard all the stories. We've accommodated some of them. But now, this week is non-negotiable. You cannot keep piling up. You cannot say you owe, let's say, 1 million cedis and you are paying 50,000 cedis. Come on.
What can you offer if you're owing 1 million cedis?
Oh, let's start talking after you've paid more than 50%. You have consumed it. It's not that you have a bucket sitting somewhere on the side where you've collected it into it and you didn't use it and you can give it back to me. You've used it.
But does it mean you were lenient the previous weeks?
We were not lenient. We were straight to the point, but we accommodated a few issues because, you know, sometimes when you get there, they say, oh, it's more like, oh, you just sprang up on me, so give me about a day or two to put myself together. Yeah. So we did our best to, all those we decided to accommodate, we did our best till the end of this week.
Right.
We didn't give anybody beyond that.
So are there persons who promised to say make payment when you went there because you just sprang a surprise on them who have still not paid?
But you know, the beautiful thing is, was it a surprise?
While it wasn't, are there the people who said
they are.
You still not paid?
Yeah, so that's why this week is very crucial for all of us. This week is the running, and with the running, look, no stone is going to be left unturned.
So I'm sure you've heard some interesting excuses. I know a lot of these debts are held by institutions and businesses. I'd like some examples. What are some of the most absurd excuses that you've heard from people whose power has been cut because they owe and they haven't paid?
The funny one is you didn't bring me a bill. That is the most disingenuous statement I've ever heard, especially from industry. You know what industry meters are? They have meters that we call the AMR meters. Those meters, we read them remotely. We can read them from our offices, so we are never late on their bills. And they also have people that read the meters on their side, because there's always a team to do reconciliations, just in case. So the mere fact that I didn't come doesn't mean that you didn't have a bill or you didn't know that you consumed. Now, okay, let's backtrack. At the beginning of every year, you estimate your electricity bill as part of your budget for the year. Why are you not paying that money that you estimated? You are using ECG's revenue for your operating expenses. Then you rack up a bill of, let's say, 2 million, and then you pay ECG 50,000 and you think it's okay. Where in this world is it okay? And you know, the funny thing is that we've allowed this to go on for far too long, that with all due respect to all foreign direct investments, our good friends who have come here to do business with us are also learning from our attitude. But when you go to their countries, they have a system where meters are even read twice a year, just for reconciliation purposes. After you are set up, you are given an estimate, and that's it. You just keep paying your estimate on account until the meter has been read to reconcile, to see who owes who and what the balances are. In our case, your meter is set up, an estimate is given to you, but you sit down and wait and hope that you would get a bill. And then now your taste starts increasing. You understand? By the time the house was set up, Energy Commission came around, looked around, you probably said only one air condition. But now air condition is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity. So now you probably have added 3 or 4 of them. But you have decided that you are waiting for a bill. Do you know what that has done to you? You are racking up a bill that finally, when the said meter is read, you cannot pay. And your next excuse would be, give me a payment plan. What? And you would want a payment plan that will suit you. Morally, that is wrong. Because you should know that from the get-go, the power purchased is purchased from a power producer. Should I take that your excuse or your plan, your payment plan, and give that payment plan to the power plant? Will they accept it for what it's worth?
Can they operate without,
So it's I think in as much as this is a corporate exercise, it has some portion of morality, responsibility, and values in there. That if we don't look at it carefully, we are going to teach the next generation something that is not sustainable. And then when we talk about intergenerational equity, what are we talking about? By the time they get in, what would they have to show for it?
So earlier in our debate, one of the points that was made was that, look, we know Ghanaians. We know that we are operating in a system that is not like, say, UK or India, where if you don't pay your bill, for every extra day that you don't pay your bill, there's a charge, a penalty. So people behave and do the right thing. We don't have such a system here. So is it not expecting too much of the average Ghanaian that they will do the right thing when there is no penalty for not doing it?
But you see, again, it brings us to the topic where to whom much is given, much is expected of. If your regulator has seen it as a harsh condition to put on you. So because something like this that you're talking about should be implemented by PURC. You understand? If the regulator has, in what we say in local parlance, and doesn't put that thing in there, then
You
you
mean
have decided
the penalty
the
for not
penalties,
paying?
yeah, for not paying, and you have decided to actually sit down and then rack a bill. Then when the time comes up, you are asking for a payment plan that doesn't even make economic or business sense. And if the money is not recovered within a short time, you are still expecting that you should be allowed to enjoy the service and rack a further bill. What's the rationality? And then you turn around and want to drop the problem at the service provider's doorstep that you didn't bring me a bill. Okay, I didn't bring you a bill. Did you make plans in your private life to save while you wait for that bill? Do you get my point?
So I guess the question is, save how much?
Okay.
What am I budgeting for electricity if you haven't ever given me a bill?
So that's why I said at the beginning that when they come and they set you up, there's an estimate. And the estimate is done based on the fact that before you're given a meter, they come and check the services that you request in your home. Okay? So you want 2 air conditions, you want this. From there, they can estimate and tell you how much you should expect to be paying. You're even advised to put something down just to cover yourself. You understand? In places where we change their prepaid meters, we just do our best to even give them some amount of power. You understand? Just so that when it runs out, they can buy the next one. See, it's a job that has a social element and an economic element. If you look at the social element alone, you would lose business-wise. If you look at the economic and the business element alone, you punish people socially. But then the only way to balance is to have the right attitude from the customer, responsibility-wise, to make sure that they also do something. Look, if your old bill that was given to you is, let's say, 50 cedis, it doesn't include the new increment in PURC, what do you call it, the tariff increments and all of that. Fine, so be it. Just keep paying that. You understand? What does that afford you? It affords you that at the time where we read the bill, you're okay. You've paid something. The gap that you have to close, it's not so bad. But weirdly, we seem to think I don't have a bill, so I'm waiting.
So we've also had the arguments of lack of meter readers.
Yeah.
We understand it, that you can't possibly have equal numbers in terms of the number of
What are the
citizens
numbers
of
at the
homes.
moment, just to paint the picture before
We
the
have
question?
about 2.5 million postpaid meters, and we have about 800, almost 900 meter readers.
Wow.
It's not
Woefully
sustainable.
inadequate.
Okay.
And it's something that we are expecting the meters to be read every month.
Right. So here's some sort of balance that I would like to suggest. You have corporate entities that owe you lots of money. Somebody can owe you like 100,000, correct?
Yes, even more.
Okay.
You can talk in millions.
Millions.
In millions. So why don't you dispatch the meter readers according to how much people owe you, so that you know that you're sending a meter reader to a client that pays a lot of money and you can't afford not to get that money monthly.
Mavi, don't forget I told you that all those customers are on what we call the AMR meters. We consider them the SLT, special load tariff customers. Their meters are somewhat different because you can't even give them a prepaid meter because of how much they consume. So their meters have AMR and we can read them remotely. So for them, their conversation is different. Okay? Then now we come to the non-SLT customers, which are the residential ones and those who are... You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. Those are the places where we have the problem with. For example, if you are saying because you didn't get a bill, you haven't paid, are you being fair to the prepaid customer? So that means that the prepaid customer is carrying you on his back.
So why don't you simply disconnect that person?
That is what we are doing now.
But why do you wait and do it at a certain time when you can regularly do it?
So we are going to do our best to make it a regular event. Don't forget, I've been in office for just less than a year. And before you move on some of these things, you have to have data. You should be able to back so you can compare and contrast to know what to do and what not to do. As I'm speaking to you now, when Kwame Sifakan was talking about some of the problems that was happening at ECG, yes, what he said about money getting lost were things of the past. I can say that ECG now, from end to end, transaction-wise, is digitalized end to end. So every transaction that happens, we see it live.
What does it mean?
So now, ECG staff do not even take cash
In any of your offices?
So the offices, so this is two things. When I say we are cashless, but we are not cashless. So at the end of May, we will go properly, physically cashless. But currently we are cashless because the cash we receive in our offices and customer places labeled ECG, not the vendor side, is assured by a bank.
Right.
So it's the bank's money. So by 9 a.m., the bank has given me my money. Because now they can see what our cash flow is, and we have settlements that we do at the end of every day. So now there's proper visibility and accountability on the flow and on the network of ECG. So now, even with the exercise, I will demonstrate something to you shortly, where I can send you a paying slip to walk into any bank and pay. Again, I can punch everything in, and then it will appear on your phone that you can pay by Momo because you have the Momo service, or finally you can pay by your bank card. You understand? We want to let people know that there are certain services that you are not supposed to pay for. We are your service provider, but before we can come out there, before we could come out, we needed to demonstrate internally that whatever we are collecting from you, you can confidently know that it's not going into anybody's pocket, but rather going into the bank.
Right.
Now, a customer listening to you today will say, well, okay, it's all well and good. You're right. I've used electricity. I must pay for it. But I'm a customer. I'm paying for a product and a service, and I expect to get the best of both. So on your side, what are you doing to ensure that every customer, if they pay their bill, will get the best service, will get, none of these problems where there's a fault and there's nobody to come and fix it, or there's some funny meter reading and there's nobody come and reconcile it? There's a lady who has sent a text message to literally every journalist she knows, and I know you've seen her message, where she has a certain difficulty with her meter and she doesn't understand the reading she's getting. There are customers like this everywhere. They also want to be sure that there will be a prompt service, a quick and efficient service from ECG. What is ECG doing to make that happen?
First things first, we have to modernize. Modernizing means that you need to know your customer. We started that exercise in Kwabenya, where we have been tagging every customer with a unique QR code. Under this QR code, it gives me the location of your last distribution transformer where you're taking power from, the last wood pole you took power from, your meter details, the account holder details, whether you're a landlord, whether you're a tenant, all those details. So now we can provide a personalized service, void of us saying, when you are coming, look at the blue kiosk. If the blue kiosk is not there, you have a problem. The watches, we want to move to, and it also takes your GPS postcode too.
Right.
So that physical location problem is going to be a thing of the past. But again, it brings you back to the fact that after we finished the Kwabenya exercise, we realized we had over 15,000 new customers that we didn't know of in our system.
Wow.
So over
Wait, how is that
50,000
possible?
more who are not paying electricity bills effectively.
You could say that.
Okay.
They were not on our records. So, you see, that's why I keep saying, at the end of the day, it's a shared responsibility.
But wait, they had electricity.
They had electricity. But do not look at it solely as an ECG problem, because you have electricians now who are bold enough to put people on a distribution transformer with no recourse to ECG. And that is also one of the things that lead to overloads. During the Easter, you realize that you're home. Whenever everybody is home, that's when we realize where the overloads are. Because when everybody starts to draw at the same time, then the transformer gets overloaded, then it trips. These are the little things that we have to stop. Again, the other part is When you were setting up the house energy commission came, you said you are using only one air condition. Now your money has gone up, so you've bought 3 more. You've bought new electrical gadgets. Some people have even fixed elevators in their homes with no recourse to informing us. You understand? Yeah, but it's for those who are growing, who feel like they can't use the staircases in their homes anymore. So you've done all of that, and you're still drawing from the same distribution transformer with your fellow colleagues in the same area. If everybody is home and they're all drawing at the same time, what happens?
Overload.
So you the responsibility goes both ways. I must admit, I think we are getting to a point where the education must be more. We must have a time frame where we educate. But there's a part of it that shouldn't even be educated, because just as your phone minutes go off and you purchase, what happens? You get the service you're looking for. So if in private sector you're buying anything from private sector, it is okay. Why is it that when it's something that belongs to you, actually that belongs to the state, you want that one to rather collapse, so that probably it should be given to private sector to run, and that when it's given to private sector, that's when you will sit up?
So we're talking about the meters. Can I just bring this in? A very good friend of mine says that her meter hasn't worked for over a year. She says, I have reported this at their office several times, but they are simply not doing anything about it. And then she goes on to also say why their system doesn't update automatically with payment, and why can't you view your consumption with the app?
You see, these are all requests. These requests are all solved with money. So the first question I'll now go back to, your meter has not worked
For over a year.
Mm-hmm. Have you paid anything on account?
Yes, she says she does.
So
she pays something monthly.
She pays something monthly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. Now, we didn't have meters. We had to service a few other things. Now we are at the point where we have started the loss reduction program. I don't know which area she's in.
This is Westlands, West Legon.
So that will come under Accra East. There's a meter company in charge of that area. So that means her office should be maybe Legon or Kwabena, one of them.
No, okay. As in where she pays.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she should get in touch with them, because
no, but she talks about the fact that she's made several reports.
So you see, the thing is this: when you make a report and the person has it, he will come and do it. That's about meters. I will speak for ECG staff. I will speak for ECG about meters. We haven't bought meters for a year now, because we do not have the money. We do not have the money because there's a system in place called the cash waterfall, where we pay everything into that money, and then a certain portion of it is allocated to ECG. That portion, everybody blames us for not collecting well, because if we were collecting well, everybody would see enough. You understand? So at every given material moment, the problem is slammed at the bastard child. That you are the one who's not doing the right thing. You are the one who's not performing. You are the one who's not performing. But this same child, when the child gets up to go out to do what he has to do, the people outside are saying that, oh, this is an arrogant child. He's misbehaving. He needs to be brought in. He has to be checked. Why?
So if you have an issue like this and you report to, and she says it's Legon, by the way, that's the ECG office she uses. If you report and they don't have the meter, why can't they simply tell you we don't have meters? But in that case, what should you do?
So this is the thing moving forward. We've had a discussion. Look, we are trying to change our operation, our processes, and the way we do things. And I'll take this opportunity to ask our customers to be slightly patient with us, for us to fix these things. We know most people have had a bad experience with the institution. The institution is doing its best to change its character and fix some of these fundamental problems. What we are going to try to do is to try and put people like this on a flat rate, because as for zero, it's a no-no. We know what your last bill was. If your meter just stopped working, we know you were buying. So we will try and put you on a flat rate going forward until the meter comes to what and is replaced. There are some of the costs that, because of us, we would have to bear it ourselves. So these are all operational measures that we are putting together for it to be properly rolled out. So that's what would happen until a meter is secured and then is brought to you. We have over 50,000 new service connections, and we have, as for faulty meters, they are in excess of hundreds of thousands that we have to replace. And then now we're also targeting at replacing all postpaid meters to prepaid. So this is an exercise that would take some time before we complete it totally.
But you still don't have the meters.
Right now, I would say we do not have any outstanding problems with meter companies anymore. So
You
our
paid your
expectation,
bills
yeah,
to the
our
meter
expectation
companies.
with them now is that in a month we should have it in abundance. Some of them have actually even started the whole thing in Legon now. So with Legon, that's why I'm saying she should get in touch with Legon, the Legon office. I think that they've gotten some stock of meters now, so they can have a different conversation now. So I'll just say I'm sorry, and I'll plead with her to get in touch with the Legon office.
Someone sends me a message and says, please ask the MD, I haven't received my bill. I am told to go to Dodowa. Travel to Dodowa from Teman. Why can't I do it at any of their outlets? Or better still, I can take the readings, go and show them for my bill.
So first things first, if he's a postpaid customer, he should just go onto the app and do his registration on the app, because the app is taking all postpaid customers.
Okay.
He should do that, and then yes, he can take a picture of the meter and go get it, and so that he can get someone to do. I know people who take a picture of their meters and take it to the ECG office for it to be computation and all of that, for it to be sent to them. Maybe that even brings up a good question where I should be speaking to the IT guys to see if we could set up a group chat, a WhatsApp number where you can take a picture of your meter, send the account number, meter number and everything, and then they'll just do the computation, and then you have a response on the WhatsApp group chat so that you can pay, and then probably a bill is sent to you. Maybe we can use that to close the gap of meter reading. It just came to me, so I think thank you anyway.
But you have a vibrant call center. They can do that, right?
So we can find a way to infuse that into the call center, so that when they receive those things, they can get it computed, and then a bill will be sent to you by text message or whatever, so that you can actually pay as quickly as possible. I think that's something that should be done. I hope my team is listening to me.
The questions keep coming. At Norega Smith on Twitter says, please ask him how long does it take to apply for a prepaid meter, because since last year October I applied for a meter until now they keep giving excuses. Meanwhile my neighbor just applied and it's been given.
So you see, this has also led to some fake meters in the system. That's a problem that we are now facing. If you read the newspaper articles from last week and the exercise, there are a few fake meters. So I'll just tell him or her not to be jealous, because because I know for a fact we've not had meters for a year. And meters are location specific and building specific. So for those who always say, I bought a meter, so I'm leaving the house, so I'm moving the meter, you are committing a crime. You cannot move from one house to another house with your meter. You need to stop that. So through this GPS, know your customer drive, and this, we can actually have these meters located at where they're supposed to be, and then to allow us to have people's debt following them, because now ECG has managed to link their phone numbers with the Ghana card, so that when you rack up the bill for your landlord and you leave, we know that it was you who racked it up. So wherever you find yourself and you need a new service, we can take that bill off you. So
can I ask this? I need a meter. Maybe I have changed houses, right? Or I have a new house and I need a meter. But ECG doesn't have a meter. What then happens? Because I can't buy from outside. It could be fake, or it is fake. It's not advisable to buy from an outsider. So in that case, what will happen?
So ECG is the only person who's supposed to give you a meter in the first place. Nobody else. So if ECG doesn't have, they will do an assessment and put you on a flat rate until such a time that they have a meter, and then they'll come and give you, for you to start paying what is right, your correct consumption. So I'll just plead with everybody who has a new service connection, go to your district office. They will have a chat with you, and they will put you on a flat rate. And from that flat rate, when the meters arrive, you'll be changed onto the right meter for your consumption to be calculated and read correctly.
I've had at least 4 messages of the same nature. About a year, they haven't had a meter, they want to know what to do. So this solution of being put on a flat rate is something they can get if they go to their district office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that they'll be put in records, and then it will take because if you don't let us do it and you do it on your own and they come and find you, that means what?
Is this the structure? Is this
This is the structure.
The standard, or is because you're saying it on air?
No, this is the structure. This is the standard. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so the drive continues. You still have you're almost at about, from what you've told us, you're almost at about half of what you are supposed to collect. You still have a couple of billion to collect. Who are your biggest?
We'll do name and shame. Why are you trying to jump there? Why are you trying to jump there?
It's not name and shame.
We'll do name and shame. I'd rather we talk about what happens to the ones we are not able to collect.
So let me ask. I'm with you.
Yeah.
If at the end of this there are some you are unable to collect, I'm sure we'll hear from that. But we know there are some state institutions. Oh, what will you do?
I will sell it.
Sell the debt?
I'll sell the debt.
No, to a private collector.
So let me explain something to you. At some point, ECG, there was a notion that was created on one of your programs on Joy Prime where a former MP said something that we are not able to borrow on our books. He's wrong. That is not true. ECG is doing well on its books. Our books are okay. We took our books and our cash flow. We decided to borrow $1 billion Ghana cedis. It was syndicated by a group of banks. They were only able to give us 50% of the money. We are waiting for the other 50%. So we had 500 million and we are waiting for the other 500 million.
Okay.
Now, fast forward. If ECG needs $1 billion and has to put together how many banks to get 1 billion, and ECG has $1 billion in debt, the quickest way is to give a discount and sell the debt to raise what? Capital.
No, in reality, how does that play out?
So you give a discount on it. So if let's say Kojo comes to me and says, hey, out of your 1 billion debt out there, give me dockets worth, let's say 200 million at a 10% discount or a 15% discount, 20% discount, I'll listen.
So I'll give him 160 million and take his 200 million debt. Now it's my job to go and collect the 200 million from him. And my tactics are different because I'm a private person trying to get my money back.
Exactly.
But who do we have a contract with?
You have a contract with ECG, but that doesn't mean that you can owe me. The contract you had with me didn't mean that you should owe me. So if now I'm trying to collect and I can't collect, instead of taking and having the whole court and yes, you invite lawyers to come in to write and then take them to courts. You have debt collectors come in. Look, this money would have to be collected one way or the other. Let's be fair. We are not going to cut corners. This money has to be collected some way or the other.
There are still state institutions that owe, right? I'm interested in this because this is a matter of public.
That's true. That's
like
true.
Which ones?
All I can say is that as for the presidency and co, they don't owe. That I can say for a fact.
Right.
The Office of Government Machinery, they don't owe. But I guess you have your facts too that you also want to put out.
Ghana Water Company.
Yes, they owe us.
How much?
Electricity Company of Ghana.
That's me.
I know. Do
Yeah.
you pay bills?
Yeah, we pay bills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you owe ECG?
I don't owe ECG.
How much does Ghana Water Company owe?
Oh, Kojo. How much do you think they owe us?
I have been told that they owe about 500 million.
Yes, around that. Yeah,
My
that's correct.
goodness. But this is a utility company. I mean, if you cut them off, we are all dead.
Water is life, so we can't. So
Have
we
you
need to find.
visited them too?
Yeah, we've spoken to them. We've had a chat with them, and I think we are supposed to meet somewhere later this week to come up with a formidable plan to close the gap as quickly as possible.
Do you owe water?
I don't believe we owe water. I will be very honest with you, because if we did, they would have come.
So how about the other state-owned enterprises that are also supposed to be operating and making money and budgeting for their electricity?
So right now,
big bills.
Right now, I would say they don't have big bills. So what we did was to try and push them to make sure that the gaps are closed. So the next bills that most of them have are for the month of February and March, because we stopped the exercise at about January or February. So for some of them, they had their bills up to February, and others they don't have. So that's the gap that is in there. So it's something that we are going to look at to sustain this exercise. We've already started looking out at weeks that we are going to put in place so we announce them moving forward till thy kingdom come. But the next group of people that we are about to target is illegal connections. it is going to be the biggest thing that we are going to do now. First things first, before we meter all the distribution transformers, ECG is putting together teams that after this exercise. So let's just take it that I'm giving everybody a head start. Anybody who knows or who believes his meter or her meter has been tampered with, or there's a bypass, note that the utility court is being set up. You're going to be charged with stealing. You're not going to be charged with bypass. Stealing is an imprisonment. In Ivory Coast, it's imprisonment. In Togo, it's imprisonment. In Burkina Faso, same. We shouldn't do anything different in Ghana. If you've bypassed the meter, please correct it. Now, when the exercise starts...
Wait, what about those with like who didn't get their meters from ECG?
That one, we have them on record. That's why, if you remember, I was saying that anybody who's that, you should make sure that it's regularized by the office as quickly as possible.
Okay.
That we know that it's pending a meter.
Okay.
You're waiting for a meter. Look, as for this thing is a big moral responsibility and values fight. We need to stop. We need to stop. Because one of the newspapers tried to do a calculation, but he's not far off. We lose over 1 billion Ghana cedis in illegal connections. Why?
So
And actually, I'm saying it's close because it's more.
You lose more than 1 billion.
I believe strongly we lose
Your
more.
calculations, how much do you lose?
For every percentage lost, for the last calculation I did, is about 100 million cedis.
And you lose what percentage now?
Right now, ECG's losses are at about 28%.
So that's 2.8 billion.
Exactly.
Okay. So you lose...
The international
2.8
standard is around should be around maybe about 7 or 8%. You
So you're expected to lose about 700-800 million?
Yes.
And you lose an additional 2 billion.
Exactly. So we are sitting on something that the conversation cannot just be, maybe it should be a national discourse thing, because it's getting to the point where the responsibility of the average Ghanaian has a problem. The responsibility has a problem, because nobody seems to realize that this is what makes you a citizen, or this is what actually allows you to have the moral. Look, the same person who has the illegal connection, who has his air conditioning on 24 hours, is the same person who shout, "Oh, ECG," when the lights go off. You understand? He's not paying, but he's the same person who give us bad rep a moment the light goes off. We need to come together to come up to aid in this exercise, because if a child grows up knowing that this is okay in his household, believe you me, it's going to have a cascading effect.
Here's one before we take a quick break. It says, I have a meter distributed by the assemblyman in my community for the past 1 year. My tenants are ready to pay their bills, but ECG officers are not ready to create account to receive this payment. I want to know, meters distributed by assemblyman is fake.
Oh, madam, assemblyman should not even be distributing meter in the first place. Assemblyman is not ECG. They started calling those meters political meters, and the conversation behind the political meters is that if I give you this meter, you don't have to pay. This meter there, you can put it on your house and consume. Who would give you a meter and not capture you? So that means clearly they do not have an account.
Where did the assemblyman get the meters from?
So at some time back, they were trying to do rural electrification, self-help, and they gave out some meters from the ministry, which led to that gap. So it involves us going out there to try and close the gap as quickly as possible by capturing all these people. She should go back to her district office, speak to the district manager.
It says they refuse to create account to receive the payments.
They cannot. You see, when somebody says they refuse, what happened before there was a refusal? Because certain questions will have to be answered before the person is brought onto the grid. You understand? But the beautiful thing about those meters is that they are still reading. So no matter what, we will recover what is the meter has read. Are you getting me? It's not money lost. No.
So what should they do?
They should go back. They should speak to them, answer those questions to the best of their ability. The parts that they asked that they claim they didn't know, they should try and answer those things to the best of their ability. And if you can get me more details as to where it is, I'll work on it from the back so that it'll be fixed.
Listen, let's take a few messages from our partners. When we come back, we'll see if we have some time to take a couple of calls, maybe help deal with a few of your issues. Our guest, Samuel Dubik Mahama, is the Managing Director of ECG. More after these.
Charlie, so it's actually raining and we can't hear any sound. As for this your house, when it's raining, no sound. When the sun is up, the interior is cool. What roof are you using?
They use Ico roofing shingles from Interface Limited. Long lasting and beautiful.
Ico roofing shingles. We all for move to Interface and get this Ico roofing shingles.
Interface Limited is the leading supplier and installer of finishing input materials for the building and construction industry in Ghana. Call us on 0274 999999 or visit our website at
www.interfacelimited.net. Facebook Interface Limited GH. Instagram Interface.limited.
Hey, Charlie, the journey to your house is not for mere mortals. Going through more trotros than the number of people you have dated. The sandwiching of strangers with peculiar body colognes. Hey. Let's not mention the buga skills your trotro drivers demonstrate on the road. The number of mates misses out to your final bus stop. But you've got this. Wake up your fame with Lucozade. Because with Lucozade, you always make it through. Lucozade, restore your energy. This advert is FDA approved.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me. Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know. Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Someone smells great here and fresh, my love. I wish I could stay in the shower all day. I know, right? Nothing beats a bath with geisha soap. It smells so good, it lasts long, and it's enriched with natural ingredients that work wonders for my skin. And it now comes with a fresh new look, giving us even more reasons to love our geisha bar.
New and improved geisha soap. Great new look, better fragrance, same natural ingredients, still all last time. This advert is FDA approved.
Be strong and last long.
Like geisha.
Introducing the new Techno Spark 10 series. Enjoy a long-lasting 5000 mAh battery capacity plus 18 watts charging pad in an ultra-sleek 6.7-inch Full HD screen with a storage galore of 256GB plus 8GB. You can save every memory and never lose any. 32 megapixels glowing selfie camera and 50 megapixels AI rear camera. Get your Techno Spark 10 series. Visit the nearest Techno accredited shop and join the glowing selfie gang.
Say donut, 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 donut. Hey, donut, 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 donut. Donut, donut. Then come cut some donut. Donut, donut. Malaria super donut.
Everybody follow not sa malaria. A 3D feel no not now. We're going to malaria too. Popo. What will it do? I want you. No not. A dabako. No not. A damienu. No not. A damiensa. No not. Malaria super donut. No not. Scatter malaria. Lonat, it is scatter malaria.
A quality product from Blaze GVS Pharma. Yenshishemu hu se malaria wa umojem ansana wanum Lonat. Na nam yensechi na malaria no daso wo hwa ko hu dokota.
This advert is FDA approved.
Like everyone else, people living with sickle cell disease get dressed and go to work. While some of us are delayed by traffic and church rush, Excruciating pain from sickle cell disease can also cause delays and lead to the hospital. This can sometimes make it difficult for a sickle cell patient to keep a job, but having an empathetic employer makes all the difference. That is why the International Sickle Cell Center and Airtel Tigo are pushing the Touching Lives initiative to raise awareness. My name is Dr. Mary Anso. Support someone with sickle cell disease today. To learn more, visit www.iacc.international.
This initiative is brought to you by the International Sickle Cell Center, ISCC, in partnership with Airtel Tigo Touching Lives.
Airtel Tigo. Life is simple.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Welcome back to the Super Morning Show. We're talking to the MD of ECG, Mr. Samuel Dubik Mahama, and he's giving us updates on how things are going. He's also weighed in on our little debate about, the responsibilities on customers and on ECG when it comes to paying postpaid bills. We're learning more, we're getting more updates, and I think it's time for us to take a few of your calls. You know the numbers: 0302 216 541, 055 1111 997. Now, before the first call comes in, I've cited a memo which was signed by you sometime in June last year. It's just because of the question about these political meters and these fake meters that are in the system. So this was signed by you. I just want to read it quickly to you. It says, it has come to the attention of management that some districts are refusing to capture some meters during this moratorium period. The excuse is that they are fake meters. Management wishes to reiterate that under this period of amnesty, all meters using electricity in the system should be captured irrespective of its brand. For the avoidance of doubt, every meter on the field should be captured under the current dispensation. Also, the so-called fake meters should be captured without fail by all. The clarification is that after capturing such meters and their consumption accounted for, SPNs should be allocated to them. These meters can then be replaced with new ECG meters. District managers are warned that management will take a very strong exception to the flouting of this simple instruction. Please bring this to the attention of all district managers. And it's signed by you. So the indication here is that you actually did.
Am I vindicated now, Mama V? Because he asked whether that was the process, or it's just now that I'm saying it. So, but as you know what, another thing that we need to stop is how can an internal memo in a company leak?
Please, we are journalists. Don't ask us that. All right, now listen. KingdomStoreOnline.com says go there, check out all their great stuff. Pay via Momo across all networks, and they'll deliver to your home or office in good time. There's free delivery for those of you in Accra and Tema. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
And Nexans Cable Metal Ghana Limited is here with a fantastic promotion. The Jewel 2 points promo is still ongoing from now till the 30th of April 2023. Visit any Nexans Cable Metal authorized distributors shop and enjoy a special surprise. All you have to do really is just follow these simple steps. Buy any conduit, surface and or flexible cable from Nexans Cable Metal Ghana Limited. Accumulate points and stand the chance of winning amazing prizes such as branded protective vest, impact drilling machines, tool kit sets, and so much more. For more information, please call these numbers: 0552 557781 or 0544 349855. Electricity no get lex. It be Nexans Cable Metal Cable they carry am.
Well, don't you just hate it when your favorite light soup or tomato stew tastes a bit off just because you use chicken that is not so fresh? Well, we at La Bianca Company Limited have good news for you because La Bianca is introducing you to its latest product made right here in Ghana, Akoko Tasty. With Akoko Tasty, every chicken meal will be a delight. We offer well-bred and slaughtered fresh chicken to suit all your needs. In need of wings and quarters for your barbecue, gizzards and breasts for your stir fries or sauces, try Akoko Tasty. We also offer all chicken parts for all your culinary needs To order, please contact Labianca on 0505 431111 or 0500 660144 or visit our facility at the Tema Fishing Harbour. Labianca, your #1 frozen food company.
Akoko tasty.
Yeah.
I think we should have electricity time on the show because there are lots of questions.
So many questions coming in. I'm hoping we get enough time to deal with a few of them. But as we often do, we're starting in Tema. Lots of calls coming from Tema. This is good old Claude on the line. Hi, Claude. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kojo.
Thanks for calling, my brother.
Yes, Kojo, that's why sometimes we tend to say that we need to privatize government entities. Because I just cannot imagine how ECG buys power from Greco, and then for them to supply to us, people can do it for free and not pay. You go to VIP before you board the bus, you pay and then you board. So if they are supplying us electricity, they have to put in place mechanisms to make sure you pay before you use, and that is prepaid. They shouldn't make it a voluntary thing. You have to be paying in a certain amount. No, they need it's business. Go and get the prepaid meters. Anybody who comes, fix it for the person, collect your money. That is why we need sometimes private people to come in. They will not tolerate some of these things. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claude. Thanks for calling. Let's talk to Erasmus in Teshi. Hi, Erasmus. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yeah, my issue is with the meters. I have paid for 4 meters. My issue is, if you don't have the meters, why do you collect our money in the first place? You've made us to go through the process up to the end, and you've collected our money. Now, if you don't have meters, why collect the money in the first place?
Right.
And it's over a year.
Thank you for that, Erasmus. We'll get you an answer. We have Regina or Regina from Teshi. Which one is it? Is it Regina or Regina?
Whichever one.
Hi, thank you for calling us. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Wonderful.
Sorry. Please, I have a question. My meter has been off since August. And I went to the ECG in Teshi to ask for a new meter back in September.
Right.
And they told me they'll come. They gave me a false number to keep calling. So when I call, they told me, oh, they'll come. And it was back and forth all through. But I work at Adabraka, so I don't have time to be going up and down. So yesterday I went to the ECG office to go and clarify everything. And then they gave me a bill to pay 5,000 cedis for using the meter without zero consumption. That's what they said. And I thought it was very unfair because I tried to get it worked out and it still didn't work out, and I'm the one who's paying for the problem. Yes, I went there voluntarily, so it's not fair. We're only 2 in the house. Sorry, I'm talking too much, but we're only 2 in the house. We only use a fridge, a TV, 1 air condition. That's it. And then I'm paying 5,000 cedis. That's insane.
Okay, Regina, tell us, how much do you spend a month before you had the problem with the meter?
100 cedis a month.
100 cedis a month.
Yes,
okay.
And they calculated it at 500 cedis and they arrived at 5,000 cedis.
I see. All right, listen, leave your phone number with the producer. We are going to get answers to all the questions. The MD is here, so he will address your issue and all the other issues being raised, okay? But please leave your number with the producer just in case someone needs to reach you afterwards. Thank you, Regina. Joseph is in Tema. Hi, Joseph. How are you?
Good morning, how are you doing?
Not bad at all, my brother.
Yeah, it was a very good conversation and very important conversation. I'm sorry if this my question has been answered already because I didn't start listening from the beginning.
Okay.
I want to know why, acquiring a ECG meter is very difficult. And more especially when you want to pass through the process, the normal process, it will take you so long a time. Unless you go and pay huge amount so that they pass through back door before you get it earlier. I want an explanation to that, please.
Okay, we'll get you an answer, Joseph. Thank you. Papa Ansa. Oh, been a while, Papa Ansa. How are you?
I'm doing good. Great Okonfo. Good morning to Mama B and everyone. And good morning to the MD.
Yes.
I think the MD knows what he's doing. But from where I sit, I want you to ask, I think he's listening. I want to find out from the MD, Why is it that anytime they bring in containers and transformers, it sits at the port for sometimes 2 years? Ask yourself, the demorages that they will pay to the shipping lines, that same cost will be transferred to the customers. Secondly, find out from you, do they tamper with the meters before it's being given to customers? Because I know government wants revenues, government will use ECG to get money.
Okay.
Find out from him, because the demurrages that they pay, it will surprise you.
Okay, I'll ask him that for you. We have Ya from Kanishi. Hello, Ya.
Hello, good morning, Kojo.
Oh, Auntie Ya. Good morning. How are you?
Kojo, how are you?
Very well, thank you, Auntie Ya.
Mama V.
Yes.
Kojo,
Fine.
ECG, I don't blame anybody. I blame ECG, their staff. Is the MD there?
Yes, he's here.
The ECG staff, they are 99% of our problems. So, you know, in our area, they come and help people to do illegal connection, and they come at night. They climb the pole and do whatever. People have been using electricity without paying since the ECG came. When you complain, you become a victim. Their staff are part of the problem. Down so man, their staff, they come and help people to steal power.
Hey, but Auntie, you have to report this to the police.
Hey, Kojo, report to who? Ghana police.
Yes.
Hey, Kojo, only Ghana. I call them, and you become a victim. People don't pay. You come to. I don't even want to mention. Come to Odoko. Come to Odoko. They have electricity. They use it.
Wow.
They don't pay, and most of them hide it in their containers. They work with it. They don't pay. Since prepaid meter came, they don't pay. They have never bought. They use this, what do I call it? Air condition, everything at their freedom. And at the end of the day, we have to pay the debt. They increase it every day. So I'm saying ECG, they are part of the problem. They help people. They tell me the pole, some they have connected into the third pole where they doesn't enter into their meter. I don't know.
I see. Well, thank you for that, Antia. We'll get you a response from the MD. David is in Akimda. Achim Oda. Let me say that right.
Yes,
David, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well, and you?
Not bad at all. Thanks for calling.
Great. I have some challenge with the operation of ECG. My experience is that, though I'm in Akimada, the experience is no, I didn't have that from Akimada, another district, specifically in the Volta region. I paid for a 4-number prepaid meter to be connected to my house. In fact, for all this amount that I've paid, I was not issued 1 CD worth of receipt. And the meter was not connected. I had to follow for several months. Then eventually, they came to do the connection. That's ECG staff came to do the connection. Then what I noticed was that those meters they connected to my house, we have someone else's name. Anytime we go to buy prepaid, someone else's name is what appears on the receipts. So these are some of the things that are happening in the system. 4 prepaid meters I paid for fully, no receipt covering one. And the name on the meters is also someone else's name.
I see.
Because this one is prepaid, we pay for the consumption of power always. And these are some of the challenges. And I also know in one of the towns.
Hello? Oh, I think we've lost David there. But we got at least the first part of your query, so we'll get you an answer. Let's take one more call. PK is in Accra. Hi, PK. Good morning.
Yeah, Kojo.
My brother.
In fact, I use a prepaid meter, and my meter got faulty, and I reported to ECG. They never showed up. But I think today the managing director has really impressed me, and I understand that they didn't have any meters. Maybe that's why they didn't come.
Well,
but another side of the story is that the way ECG treats prepaid customers is very bad. We pre-finance their service, but when you go there for attention, I mean, the service they provide is very, very bad. So it really makes it difficult for you also to go and pay your bills or even honor their bills. At least the prepaid customers should be given good treatment to encourage them to pay their bills or buy more credit, because we pre-finance the service.
Okay, so, PK. Thanks. Point well made. We'll get you a response.
Kojo, you see, we're talking about metering and paying, but I just found something in LI 1816. Something that Samuel is very conversant with. Now, Regulation 20 says a supplier shall, where the supplier adopts a monthly or biannual meter reading, issue an electricity bill every month to customers except those on prepayment meters, indicating the electricity usage in the month and other charges. 2. A supplier shall issue a quarterly bill at each quarter meter reading, where the supplier adopts a quarterly meter reading. 3. A supplier who contravenes sub-regulation 1 and 2 and 10C commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine not exceeding 500 penalty units. Where we agree that you issue me a bill monthly or biannually, if you don't, according to this. But the worst part here says, where a supplier fails to bill a customer for a period of 12 months, the supplier cannot recover the cost of that service unless the delay in the billing occurred A, without negligence on the part of the supplier, or B, due to the customer's actions.
Okay. Good.
Yes.
So before you brought in law. So let's go to the interpretation class.
Go ahead.
When you are interpreting a law, okay, as for the 1 year part, no doubt about it. You can't go and recoup beyond 1 year.
Great.
Yes, that one agreed.
Good.
But now, every circumstance, when you interpret a law, sometimes you either go with the literal approach or the mischief approach or the golden rule, because you want to target a certain mischief. So, if you want, we can go back 1 year.
Yes.
If I'm using a biannual approach, did I inform you I was doing a biannual approach, or I told you I was doing a monthly approach?
Where the supplier adopts. What have you adopted?
So that's your biggest. So if my adoption to something could change based on my circumstances, you understand? So in the circumstance where I am doing a monthly, and I realize that the staff I have, I cannot do a monthly, and I switch to what do you call it, a bi-monthly.
You don't think it's important to inform me?
But it also depends on your attitude and how you relate to me as your service provider.
Because the law actually...
the law doesn't allow you to be a god unto your own.
Exactly. And the law says you can't even break into my... to come and read meters.
Exactly. But if I break into your house, we've had situations where we've had to enter somebody's place and the person claimed we stole or he lost something.
Okay.
And then we are leveraged with bills and things that do not make sense. Look, my brother, if we want to take the moral high ground, we will not solve the problem. ECG has never billed anybody beyond a year.
Okay.
We take all of these things into consideration when we are preparing the thing. But the average customer's position on matters and the attitude, if you even have to change a meter, the person claims my meter has been working well. If you are doing a meter change exercise, he will not even grant you access onto his premises. We have people who have dogs who don't allow us into their premises to read. Someone went to read and got stuck in the garage because of a dog. We had to wait till the end of the day to get the person out. We need to change. We need to realize that, look, it's a service you're asking for. And through all of this, the moment we decide that this customer is being recalcitrant and you drop the service line, what then happens? they are a bad company. They are not customer friendly.
Right.
We have a country where the laws aid the consumer. Granted, nobody takes that away from the consumer. But now, what is the consumer's? It's beautiful you read it this way. What is the consumer's obligations to the what do you call it?
Open that for you to read.
Buddy, you open it for me to read.
No. It's just the consumer should open the premises. Readily available.
No, but I'm saying, in the same vein, we are ready to point out the mistakes of ECG. We should be ready to point out the problems and the flaws of the customer.
No problem.
Because right now, the main problem that we have now has to do with the customer. And we are advising that the thing, I cannot go beyond a year. And that is what we do with everybody's calculation. And the system is there. It's not that it's been somebody sits down and just, no. The revenue protection team, the algorithms and everything are there for the calculations to be done. So as for that one, it doesn't go back. But my core problem sitting here, if you ask me as MD of ECG, is this. All the phone calls that we had, not a single praise. Not a single praise or appreciation of the fact that even when we were supposed to have Doomsaw, it didn't happen.
Oh, somebody did praise you. Somebody said he's very impressed by the ECG boss. But then he also had a query. And in fact, there are a few queries here. I would like us to spend a bit of time getting answers to those right after we take some messages from our partners.
You've taken the wind out of myself.
Oh, I beg you. We'll be right back and we'll hear more from Mr. Dubik Mahama after this. Sorry, then the time.
Yeah, I know.
It's time for the biggest outdoor alumni event in the whole of GH. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, bigger, better, and in charge. As part of Presec at 85 commemorative week celebrations, the Presec Old Boys Association and Joy 99.7 FM presents the 2023 Torch and Bonfire Night with DJ Black on the weekend warmer, dubbed the Big Comeback Edition. A torchlight and bonfire night with all of GH's biggest artists built to perform. Come experience the loudest music, mega fireworks display, food and drinks bazaar, and induction of graduating seniors into the Odadia fraternity. It's on Friday, 21st April 2023 at Presec Legon, 6 p.m. sharp. MCs Odadia's Lexus Bill, Gary R. Smith, all of Joy FM, and George Adu Jr. of the BBC. DJ Black, your favorite DJ's favorite DJ. There'll be lots of drinks and food to eat and all lost friends to reconnect with. It's going to be lit. It's going to be mega. It's going to be fun. So, in the effervescent spirit of our joyous anthem, join us as we cheer. Oh, come along and join us. Happy Studios are
Let's spend Easter together. This Easter holidays, whatever you do, make sure you spend the break with DSTV. That's right. It's time to kick back, relax with all the action and the drama from the Premier League and all our great football content. Bring on the laughter and the fun with the best holiday entertainment in Africa with brand new blockbusters and series and the freshest entertainment for kids. Get your decoder today for just 269 Ghana cedis. Renew your subscription using *759#. DSTV, it's your moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Enemy see that no be God.
The Presec Old Boys Association and Joy FM presents the 2019 Torch and Bonfire Night celebration with DJ Black on the weekend warmer, happening this Friday, 11th October 2019 at Presec Legon, 6 p.m. sharp. MCs Odadias, Lexus Bill, George Adu and Gary R. Smith, all of Joy FM, and DJ Black on deck. Experience a torchlight and bonfire night with GH's biggest artists on stage. We've got music, mega fireworks display, fundraising outreach for projects in the school, and induction of graduating seniors into the Odadia fraternity. So, in the effervescent spirit of our joyous anthem, join us as we cheer. All come along and join us.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
With Mr. Dubik Mahama, the Managing Director of Electricity Company of Ghana, Mr. Samuel Dubik Mahama. And we'll be getting some responses to your queries as well. That's all to come in just a couple of moments. But first,
well, it's time to enjoy the Royal Foam mattress at an affordable rate. Now, we know that things are really hard, and so Royal Foam is bringing to you an Easter sales promotion dubbed Wunsu Mreni. It's your time to enjoy a 10% discount off the current prices of our mattresses, and you still will get free pillows in addition. So rush to all Royal Foam shops and get a 10% discount on every mattress purchased, and enjoy our free pillows as well. Call us on 0202-271-1000 for more information. Royal Foam, rest assured.
And what is exciting, delicious, creamy, and rich with vitamins, minerals, and has the goodness of cocoa all at the same time. Yes, you guessed right. It's Niche, and it's the brand new Niche chocolate drink made with Ghana's finest wholesome cocoa. Niche chocolate is full of delicious goodness. It comes in 250 ml bottle and 180 ml tetra packs. Grab it, big or small. You can get Niche at the malls, Melcom, ShopRite, Petromart. But for wholesale, please take these numbers down and call 024-482-4216 or 024-437-1818. Niche chocolate drink, taste of Ghana.
Now, did you miss out on the January admission into university? Don't worry. Heritage Christian University College is offering you the opportunity to join their April 2023 intake. You really need to check out this place. They're at Amasaman behind the Olympic Stadium. They're affiliated to KNUST and accredited by G-Tech. All kinds of great degree programs, BSc in Information Technology, Information Security, and a Bachelor of Theology, as well as BBA programs. You can do accounting, marketing, human resource management, and so forth. Professional courses are also available: ICA, CIMG, CIHRM, ICM, and there's a media short course or two for your benefit. They've got entrepreneurship training with financial support. There's affordable and flexible fees, scholarships, and one student, one laptop, a policy that has some terms and conditions. You can call them on 054-7777-731 or dial *789*300# to get an online serial number and apply via the website, which is hcuc.edu.gh. Get a 50% tuition waiver for all April fresh students. Heritage Christian College, a university training compassionate entrepreneurial leaders.
As part of PRESEC at 85 commemorative week celebrations, the PRESEC Old Boys Association and Joy FM presented 2023 Touch and Bonfire Night with DJ Black on the weekend warmer. It's dubbed the Big Comeback Edition. It's happening Friday, 21st of April at PRESEC Legon, 6 p.m. Sharp. Your MCs Lexus Bill, Gary Al Smith and Georgia Adu Jr. Your DJ is DJ Black, of course. So there will be lots of drinks and food to eat and old lost friends to reconnect with. It's going to be lit, mega and fun. So listen, come along and join us. For more, please call 0242-705-983.
So let me tell you about the series of events which form part of ICAG's Diamond Jubilee Celebration, themed promoting sustainability, deepening trust, nurturing partnerships. So on the 22nd of April, Health Walk with Fun Games at Armed Forces Sports Complex, Burma Camp. 23rd April, Thanksgiving service at Christ the King Church Cantonments, and a 2-day 60th anniversary accountants conference on 25th and 26th at Usbed Hotel in Sunyani. Abrewa night on 25th April 2023 at the Sunyani Traditional Council, and Awag night, a time with the lady accountants, on 26th April at 6 p.m. Tour of the Buidam Kintampo Falls, Babing Fema Monkey Sanctuary, among other interesting tourist sites in the Bono region on the 27th of April 2023, and Boogie Night featuring a guest artist on 27th April 2023, annual general meeting and dinner dance to climax the week-long celebration on Friday 28th April 2023. Don't miss out on these insightful and exciting activities lined up to commemorate ICAG's 60th anniversary Accountants Week celebration. For enquiries on how to participate and sponsor, visit icagh.org or call John Hansen on 0208-920373 or Anikia Fabing on 0243-551788. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at ICAGH1 for more updates. Official partners are the Multimedia Group and Graphic News Plus.
All right. Now, okay. So here's what I think we'll do. Because of time, there's a question that's coming in about the sale of debt that Mr. Mahama mentioned. We will deal with that. But for all of the callers, here's what we're going to do, okay? We are going to get Mr. Mahama to answer your questions, and we'll put that video on our Facebook page so that you can go and watch and get all the answers to your questions. So if you called us, you have any questions, or if you have similar concerns to any that was shared by one of our callers, your answer will be put on Facebook very soon after the show wraps up, okay? But Winston, there was a question about the sale of debt.
Yes, there is, and that's one thing that people have been asking. So, Mr. Mahama, what does ECG want to do with its debts? I'm told you want to sell it.
Is that you are told? Okay, so what I was saying was that with debt collection, at a certain point, at a certain point, you have to restructure. So what is left to be collected, we have to make a decision on them, and one of the decisions we are considering is to sell. That's what I said.
And so, are you selling?
So if it's outstanding, let's say 2 billion, you can only buy what you can afford. You understand? So we would have to go through. We'll let you see what dockets are available, what it says there. Then we can use that to raise the requisite revenue that we are looking for.
Okay, so let's get a few things. So you're offering people a chance to buy this debt.
We haven't started yet.
Yes. So,
but when it gets there,
yes,
that would be the presumption that yes.
And then they would buy this debt, and they would now go and collect them.
Exactly.
So in buying this debt, of course, you're going to give them some discount.
Yes,
because they also would have to collect it and also make profit out of it.
Exactly.
Have you considered what the discount could be?
It will have to range. You see, everything. It's about the amount you give. You understand? If you are buying 1 million cedis, irrelevant. You understand? If you're coming to buy about 200 million, 100 million, 400 million to go and collect, yes, we are talking. You're buying 50 million to go, yes, we are talking. It's something that I'll present to the board at the right time, and then we'll go through it, and then we can give percentages attached to all of those things.
So these are debts that you know,
yes,
not the illegal.
No, not the illegal. The illegal connections will be handled by the task force, and then also our revenue protection team. Look, especially, let me just use this opportunity to say, with the task force, please, influence peddling with the task force is not going to help you for this exercise. The task force has their mandate. They are doing their work irrespective of your party color, irrespective of who you are. It's about the fact that you owe and you have to pay. So please accord them the necessary respect, and they will also accord you the necessary respect, and then you guys can work harmoniously.
So just by way of clarification, these are plans you have that you are going to discuss with
yes,
the board.
Yes. It's something that I think is worth considering, because look, you would admit that when you have a bill that you are collecting, there are certain people that you feel when it gets to a certain point, you need a different. It's either you take them to court, or if somebody is going to wait and go through the whole court process and will buy the debt from you, because this is assured money. You understand? The person has consumed, so it's assured money.
Okay.
Mama V?
Oh, yes. Well, I think this is the end of this conversation with the ECG.
Yes, but we will be getting him to answer all the questions you raised on Twitter, on WhatsApp, and through the phone calls in a video that we will post on our Facebook page. Stay tuned for that. But for now, we want to say a big thank you to all of you for listening. A big thank you to Mr. Dubik Mahama and the ECG for making time to be with us this morning.
Thank you, but I think there was one last thing I want to stress on. When I had the whole thing about the praise thing, I wasn't saying anybody should praise me. Because you cannot even praise me alone. You'd have to praise the company and then also the management team and everybody involved in this exercise, all from the ministry to the bottom. All I'm just trying to say is that let's change our attitude. Let's assist so that we can close the gap to build a proper and profitable energy distribution sector. Thank you.
Right, well said. Thank you, Mr. Samuel Dubik Mahama, Managing Director of ECG. And thanks to all of you who have called us. Any last minute messages there?
Yes, happy birthday to the board chairman of Imperial General Assurance, Mr. Ivan Averia, and Mr. Kofi Chire Dakwa, consultant to the board of Imperial General Assurance, and is from management and staff of Imperial General Assurance. Happy birthday.
All right. Thanks to all of you for listening. We're back tomorrow with more. Until